Well, we're back. We're back in the 9 Club, everybody. Another fucking Monday. Here we go.
Episode 67.
But you know what? 67, dude. But this is a special episode. Special guest.
Very.
Brian Anderson is here.
That's what they call me.
That's it, huh? Brian Anderson, B.A. You have any other nicknames?
Ba Rizza.
Okay.
Bri.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Bri.
Bri? That's your favorite one?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't introduce yourself as Bri. No. But dude, thanks so much for stopping by, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, for sure. You're in LA for a little while, right? Maybe a week or so. How long are you here for?
I'm here on a 5-day trip.
5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
5 or actually maybe 7.
And what do you do? What's your main objective on this trip? What were you doing?
I came out here a month and a half or something 2 months ago, and opening ceremony bought took 200 copies of a zine I recently made on consignment.
Wow! Oh, wow!
And then when I was at the party at opening ceremony, the Tom of Finland Foundation people that represent that house approached me and invited me over for lunch the next day.
Okay. I don't know anything about this, Tom. What is this, Tom?
Tom of Finland is, I guess, the most loose way to describe it would be super homoerotic German art. Mostly drawings. The man drew all in pencil lead, and so a lot of his pieces took him 12 months.
Oh wow!
So it's all one guy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he still alive?
No.
Okay, so it's dedicated to him.
There's a house where some of younger kids live that are in. Getting involved in artwork.
Oh.
And then there's a couple people that are on the older side that have been at the house, like when Tom was still alive.
Oh, okay.
So, he did this leather, really S&M, exaggerated giant penises.
Okay. Right.
Homoerotic art. And but it's cool. It's all really beautiful, and was extremely talented. So they invited me over last trip.
Okay.
And then they said, "Hey, we're having an art fair, so why don't you come back and hang up 2 of your art pieces at our art fair?" So
that was over the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yep. So I shipped one painting out, and then I had one that we were just talking about that I had rolled up and brought to LAX and just. Finished it in a day, and then had it framed, and then now they're keeping that one, and the other one was not for sale. So it was a really cool experience. It was a cool honor to be involved.
And they gave you an award, right? Is this what's behind you?
Yeah. And which was a total surprise. They didn't tell me.
No.
So I was just sitting there zoning out in their backyard, and they're like, "You have to come upstairs." It's like a typical LA backyard, like 3 or 4 tiers.
Okay.
And orange trees and rocks and
super nice. Yeah.
And then they just chucked me on stage and gave me the award. So,
wow.
I was psyched though. Even though I was surprised, I just said, let's keep making art because nobody can take that away from us. So
right.
It was cool. It was a good response. Yeah. They're really nice guys, and they also, during the art fair, I bought a couple pieces off of some of the local artists. So
sick.
It's cool to support. You know what
I
mean?
Yeah,
they had a little mini ramp in the front yard, and they just wanted like queer skating to be involved, and then it's just kind of an experiment. But it went really well.
Right. Now you're at the 9 Club. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
You have an award for him?
Award? He's got enough awards. He's got you won the Webby with Raj. You worked on the project with him, Raj, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
Vice piece.
Was there an actual title to it? I don't remember. Was there a title?
I think it was like professional skateboarder.
Yeah.
Brian Anderson, something.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, skater of the year too.
Your trophy shelf must be just laced, man. It's
I guess I have to build a shelf now.
There you go. But let's get into the life of Brian Anderson, shall we? Let's do that. So you grew up in Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of the town?
Groton.
Mm-hmm. Like, how did you get into skateboarding? Was it something like Christmas Complete you got, or did you see kids?
The first thing that happened was my neighbor across my dead-end street had a banana board.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
Nash
total 70s, not even Nash, before Nash.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really old. and she would let me borrow it, and it was a pretty safe dead end street to where I could bomb a hill and go into the grass and slam
roll
and figure it out.
Right.
And then I think I saw Police Academy. I forget which one. And Lance Mountain and all of them were in it, flying off stairs. And I was like, oh yeah, I have a 3 stair in front of my house. Like I can float off it.
Right.
So I think a couple of my neighbors had completes.
Okay.
Like real completes.
Oh, yeah.
And then so I got like a Veriflex from a cheap store, a department store, like a Bradley's or whatever the heck.
Right.
And
I haven't heard of that one in a long time.
yeah, Bradley's, right?
Yep.
And then my sister skated with me, and she actually ollied a 2x4 before me.
No way.
So Devo.
A little 2x4. Was it the 2 or the 4?
It was the 2.
Okay. So she ollied it before you.
Yes.
And you had to.
I was like,
right.
Damn.
Right.
But no, that's how it all started.
Oh,
from
sick.
borrowing a board from my neighbor, and then watching Police Academy got me resparked.
Right.
And then my family, we weren't poor, but we didn't have a lot of money, so I just had a Veriflex, a real crappy board.
You
for a while.
ollied the 2x4 on the Veriflex.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow,
probably
it has a skid plate on it and everything.
It did, yeah, the big orange skid plate.
The giant bubble.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like gets in your way.
Yeah.
So you got the Veriflex, and then what was your first real board? Do you remember?
I do remember. I remember that I asked for a guitar for my birthday, and I had it for about 5 days. I had my parents put it in the newspaper to sell it because I was like,
after 5 days,
I thought, I don't want an electric guitar, I want a skateboard.
Oh, okay.
And so we sold it. Somebody bought it out of the newspaper from us, because this is like, whatever, 1986.
Right. Like new guitar, like
yeah,
write the whole caption out.
Yeah, it's like next to the used cars and whatever.
Right.
And
It was the eBay of its time.
Yeah,
yeah, it was the first eBay.
Yeah.
And I got a Steve Stedham SGI Sure Grip Incorporated. Oh. Steve Stedham with
Sure Grip International
Team Riders, OJ2 Team Riders, and maybe Ventures. I can't remember, but. Being a good young lad, I freaking left it outside the candy store because that's what you're supposed to do, and not bring it in, and it got stolen.
But how did you know how to get that board? Like, did you go to the skate shop? And
there was a bicycle shop in our town, which a lot of people know about in the past, especially people from the East Coast. There's Schwinn Cyclery.
Okay.
And, so they carried skateboards.
Oh, okay. So they kind of like.
I went in there and built it in there.
They helped you. Mm-hmm. This is the shit. You need to get this.
Yeah, I liked the graphic, and I wanted the wheels, and so that got stolen. So I had to go back to my Veriflex.
That sucks.
I was like, typical us, ours. We're
it's
like
like going from a Ferrari to a Hyundai.
You're like, damn. But
ran that for a while.
Yeah, my birthday's in June, and again, we weren't really rich, our family, but it was cool that I could get like at least one skateboard in June and like maybe one for Christmas.
There you go.
Like 6 months apart.
Right.
Because you had to make them last like 6 months.
But back then they lasted 6 months too.
Yeah, and then you had to put a tail like
razor. Yeah. So what did you get for your birth? Did you get another board? Do you remember the board you got?
Yeah, I got a Mike McGill Mini, and I remember
with Bonite?
Classic me. Yes, the Bonite.
Bonite. Wow.
Classic me. I broke it vertically, like
really?
Yeah,
down the middle.
I cracked the nose down to the back bolts of the tail, and I'm like, how did this happen? I was like just ollieing.
Yeah.
I just always been big, I guess. So
I've never seen that happen before.
I know.
It just went. It's like,
the quality of boards wasn't that great back then either.
Yeah, Bonite was a total
Yeah.
not scam, but just a mad yeah.
What was that? What was Bonite?
It was pretty much cardboard or like paper.
Why? Because it was lighter or something? Was
I don't know.
It's supposed to add strength.
Lance Mountain told me the whole story. I wish I knew it.
So you got could you see through the crack? Was it one of those cracks where it like split and you could see through it? Like
Yeah, it was completely cracked. The board was done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So then back to like
Veriflex.
The
the old trusty Veriflex.
I had to put that thing back together, that old dinosaur, and take it from there.
Now, at this point in time, are you like learning tricks though? Are you like learning how to ollie the 4 instead of the 2? Are you like getting better?
I think I started bomb dropping like 2 stair handrails, like caveman.
Yeah.
And I study. I think somebody showed me Hocus Pocus, the 8th Street video. It's probably one of the first ones, which is odd because a lot of people see like Bones Brigade videos first.
Yeah.
But I think I saw Hocus Pocus maybe as my first video.
Okay.
And then I saw some obscure going videos, and those were really influential because I remember seeing Ben Schroeder do a slappy. The title is escaping me right now, but the going video, that
Full power trip?
yeah, so that made a big impact. I thought, how did he just climb up on that curb without ollieing?
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And so then I just started building my own railside bars.
Yeah.
Because
PVC pipes and stuff?
Yeah,
Exactly.
That shit was fun, dude.
Did you have double PVC or just Everybody had the double P. I built one too. Little double PV. I put it down the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever use like the pool cleaning sticks?
They use that in Laguna.
Laguna, yeah.
No, they don't use. Yeah.
I had that. That's what I used.
I had to shovel my driveway and get the snow out, and then pray for sunlight to make the driveway
dry.
Right. Oh, so with the snow, I mean, could you only skate for like half the year, and then?
You know what? When I was very young, my parents let me skate in the basement with my friends.
Oh.
Yeah, and we had like a parking block and a tiny. We must have been much shorter,
right?
So it worked out. And so that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, it was like the basement.
Sick.
And then,
I mean, that's at least you had a place to skate, right?
Yeah, and I think we even had duct tape like this way and this way.
Arrows pointing the direction.
We totally did. Definitely.
That's just an East Coast thing.
Yeah, it's cold back there.
Yeah.
One fun. But later it was fun. Behind the local grocery store, the guy that was the caretaker of the property would let us take all the junk from all the display cases and build ramps and stuff like that.
Oh, in the back of the grocery store. Oh, sick. So you had your own little makeshift little park.
Yeah.
It was
it was the beginning of DIY.
It was the innovator of DIY right here.
Yeah, no concrete.
Right.
Just Bradley's display cases. Yeah.
Remember Caldor?
Yeah, I remember Caldor. Sick logo.
What is that, Caldor?
It's like a Target.
So you're out in the back of Bradley's, skating, doing your thing, right? Are you learning to kickflip now? Are you flipping the board?
Yeah. I had a friend named Booger, and he could kickflip, and I'm regular footed. He's goofy, so it was like I had to study his kickflip.
Okay.
But
again, the police
did it throw you off?
But that's when kickflips were still rocket. Like nobody did one leveled out.
Proper, right.
Yeah. And it took me probably like a year and a half to learn how to kickflip.
Year and a half, yeah.
A really long time.
Right. Now kids are learning in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Thanks, YouTube.
But that first kickflip must have just been like the best.
Yeah, I'm sure my shins were bleeding and it was totally rocket. Right. I was like, I did one.
Yeah. So then how did you at any point in time when you're like growing up skating, were you like, hey, I could maybe go somewhere where I could get sponsored or maybe ride for a local shop?
The only thing that happened is I sent a video to Joe Lope's company called Confusion, and I remember they offered to sell me boards for $30. My friends gave me
Get you on a pro form?
They made me like the most crappy sponsor me tape.
Okay.
Like the first sponsor me tape I ever had, and
Were you better than your friends? Is that why or they just made it?
Yeah, they were like, dude, you got to get free stuff.
Okay.
You're capable of this.
Right.
And then afterwards, I just kind of lost interest because boards got really skinny, and I was breaking like 4 or 5 a week.
Jeez.
$30 times 4. Jesus.
Wow.
Gotta get a job.
Yeah.
So yeah, all I did was just work.
Yeah.
And, but I think more as a younger guy, I wanted to be in a band way more than skateboarding. I didn't.
But you
think
sold
about,
your guitar.
I know.
Yeah.
What the hell? What was I thinking?
But if you were going to be in a
that one.
if you were going to be in a band, what instrument would you have played?
Hopefully the guitar.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Singer? You ever thought of singing? No.
Yeah. Well, now I'm realizing. Yeah, I'm actually going to take voice lessons to try and do some commercial work. And
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can get pretty deep. You know what I mean?
I mean, talking on these microphones.
No.
He's got a radio voice.
I know. Seriously, dude. I mean, I thought it was funny because when we first started the show, people were like, dude, you have a voice for radio. They were talking about me. I was like, what the
You're like, what?
Because everybody hates their own voice.
Of course.
Right? So,
I think they said you had a face for radio.
face for radio. Yeah. Well, face only a mother can love, you know. So you made the Sponsor Me tape.
And then, I
What was the
sent
company called?
Confusion.
Confusion.
I'm really surprised I remember that all. Joe Lopes, bless him, right? I think he passed.
Oh, okay.
Love you, buddy.
Local brand, is that?
No, it was from California.
Oh, okay.
And then I just kind of put it down and just skated.
Okay.
And then I worked in the grocery store.
Oh,
and then
what position?
I started getting the shopping carts out of the cold parking lot.
Putting the orange vest on and going out there.
I didn't have
no
vest.
no
vest.
safety.
No,
okay.
No safety back then.
Fuck it, yeah.
You know,
Stop and Shop?
It was super Stop and Shop. Yes.
Roger knows everything.
It was like
he's calling not only skate stuff but supermarkets.
It's like an East Coast thing.
Yeah. Any other position? Did you get upgraded from?
I did.
Now what?
So I bagged groceries and then fetched the carts.
Okay.
And then moved up to cashier.
You know, I my first job I was a milkman. I was a milkman.
Really?
Yeah, I was in the cooler and just
stocking it.
stocking the goat cheese and all the
What-
kefir.
what kind
all
of
that
store
stuff.
was that?
A health food store.
He grew up in Malibu. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, very California.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. You quit that job, I take it.
Yeah, I left that job and then
Okay.
ended up working at a restaurant, and I started as a dishwasher and prep cook, and then
Okay.
I started working on the oven, and then I learned what they call the range, and I was able to saute, and then moved up to a level where my boss just gave me full control. Like in the winter, I would make soup, and he'd be like, "Go search the walk-in. I'll let you figure it out."
Oh, really?
Wow.
So you
Trust
became
you.
like the cook.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really cool. It was really rewarding. Like to
Right.
to
How old
be-
were you at this point?
I was probably 16, 17.
16?
Wow.
Yeah.
Full cook. Did you have the white jacket and everything? Did you?
No.
Man, no safety
chef hat?
vest, no white jacket. You know, come on.
Old school.
So you're making up these recipes, right? As you go. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are liking it, right? Are they lining up around the block for this soup? And
Yeah, went over well.
yeah. Okay, good. Did you keep working there, or did you quit that job then?
I drove out to Humboldt County because my sister was going to school up there, and my friends and I made a pact when we graduated from high school that we were going to go see California.
Oh, okay.
So
First time out of the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, besides skating in New York City, which we can touch on that too.
Okay. Yeah.
I went out there with my two buddies. One had a DUI and one never drove in his life. And I had a 6-year-old puppy. I mean, a 6-month-old puppy. So we drove out there in my Subaru, and I drove the whole way to California, slept in the dorm parking lot at my sister's at Humboldt University.
Wow.
And then we got some really crappy house for like 2 months, and I worked roofing and delivering pizza. And then we were like,
was this like you were moving out to California, or you just coming out to? You were just playing it by ear.
We're like, let's go see
Okay.
California.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
But you end up getting a job there.
Yeah, we were like, let's try and stay here and like
Oh.
start a life after high school. You know?
Yeah.
You're not skating at all at this time?
No, I had a Barker Barrett Creature board, and that was the only board I had in my car, and I didn't care about skating at the time at all.
Wow, 16 years old, 16, 17?
No, this is 18.
Oh,
This is
18.
after high school.
It's almost like you were kind of a late bloomer in skating. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, you started skating, then you quit, and 18 years old. I started when I was 15.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so kind of a late.
I started when I was 10, I think 9 or 10.
Yeah, right.
I'm 41 now, so
Mm-hmm.
it's been 30 years. So
Jeez. So you're in the dorm parking lot, you know.
yes, after a couple months, we just kept asking our parents for money and then pay them back, and then
Western Union, maybe?
working.
How was it? How
Yes,
they getting
definitely
yeah.
Western Union. Yeah. and they were really sweet. Yeah, and we drove home with nothing and put the key in a PO box for the landlord and just left. And then I went to a small skateboard contest in my hometown, and I think I got second or first place. And my friends are like, "Go to California." Like Donnie Barley and Judd Hertzler were like, "Go back, just go to Sacramento and just try." You know,
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, you guys are right." And
Was Judd living there at the time in Sacramento?
Judd was living there. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean Donnie Barley? He was out. He was in.
He's from his hometown.
He was in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was he on that path too? Was he skating and sponsored at that time?
I think around that time, probably when I won this contest or got second, whatever it was.
Right.
He may have already been on Toy Machine.
Wow.
And or maybe
Clean.
You know what? Yeah, he was probably in San Diego, just still down there. Yeah. And bald clothing. I remember his ad.
Wow.
But he was like, just go to California and try. You know? And so I went to SAC and I was lucky to meet Cardiel and Matt Rodriguez and like really, really rad people.
Sick.
You know, Eric Hondell and Mike Rafter. And so we had a great time. And
Was Rafter filming at the time, or was he still skating?
Rafter was still skateboarding.
Arsenal?
Yeah. He was doing Arsenal and also filming. Yeah, he filmed my frontside blindside at Hubba Hideout. You know?
Sick.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, so thanks, Rafter. I like owe you a fucking painting or something.
There you go. Yeah.
No.
Cheeseburgers.
It's a heavy clip right there.
I think a veggie burger.
Okay.
No.
You never know these, right? You gotta ask.
I know.
You gotta
I know.
ask.
No, so that's how that slowly unfolded, and then the Toy Machine guys came to town, and Donnie told them, let my friend Brian come in the van. And
dope.
Just went from there.
Really?
Wow.
And then how long after did you get on Toy Machine? Was it
I think probably a couple months.
couple months?
Yeah.
Did they start flowing you boards like immediately?
They just gave me a bunch of crusty boards out of the trunk of the van.
Okay.
And then I got back on the Greyhound bus from SF to Sacramento, and then Rafter and Eric Hondell helped me. Domingo Vasquez. They helped me film footage to make a sponsor me tape.
Oh wow.
And so,
Okay.
we've probably people in skateboarding that are skate nerds have heard the story before, but you know, Jamie was skeptical because I was sketchy, because I hadn't mastered like trying to be a sponsored skater. So
Okay, right. You weren't refined.
I was like rolling away from shit like,
It was
whoa.
like a hobby for you.
You know, Ed and Musco and Donnie were like, no, like he can do it, you know.
Wow.
And I mean, I love Jamie Thomas. Like we're all, everything's groovy.
Yeah.
But at the time, I think he was just like, Toy Machine's a serious, really good company. We can't just put some dude on who's like flailing.
Right.
You know what's
And-
funny is Jamie came to Boston whenever and was staying at me and Mike Bell's house, and he had a rough cut of Welcome to Hell, and he showed us. It had like Muska's part in it too, and he's like, "Dude, you got like this kid right here, whatever. Like he's Donnie's boy. He's so sick." It was just like talking you up.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Wow. You know, I'm in Welcome to Hell.
Yes.
Yeah. Friend section. I got a
Yes,
line.
I know this.
Jamie Thomas was saying that you weren't refined enough.
Or just, I mean, maybe that's the exact word I would choose, but
Okay.
Or you know, just I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm
Flailing.
saying he was just like
flailing.
I don't know, like he's
Right.
a little sketchy, and then they flew me to San Diego, and I just stayed at Jamie's house, and we continued to film tricks for Welcome to Hell.
Sick.
Before it came out. And
Okay.
it was a really good time. You know, Steve Olson
Yeah.
and Chad and Alyssa, so many people. You know, it was such a good time, and
Was this all in Pacific Beach?
yep, yeah.
You had a ton of. I lived right there, and I would always walk outside. I'm like, oh, that's the spot Brian Anderson skated. You do like the Caballero flip in the line.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
lived,
yeah.
like,
Oh, down
there.
the street there.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Jamie had this house, and I remember there's cockroaches in the drawers, and just people. I mean, it wasn't disgusting, but it was
Sounds
just.
disgusting.
It was,
skate house.
no, it was like the rest of the part of the house. The rest was clean, but,
Yeah.
but all we did was skate, and everybody spent all their money on weed, and you know, and we would just go skateboarding.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
So it was kind of like a trial run. Like you were filming for the video,
They
but
were
you weren't
like-
on the team or
Yeah, they were
anything.
like, let's
Right,
see what
right.
this guy can come up with,
Gotcha.
and if it's cool, we'll put it in the video.
We'll do it,
and
right.
then they did. And then Chad left, and there was that whole explosion. And then after that was my first tour.
First tour ever. Wow. So you had only been to what? New York, Connecticut, and
Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
Where was the first tour? Where'd you guys go? Do you remember?
We went from San Diego to Boston.
Sick. Did you meet up with Raj in Boston?
I don't know if we saw Raj.
No.
Might have.
When did you guys meet?
Yeah. When did you meet?
Not till like later.
Later.
Yeah. Like girl times?
Jamie showed me a rough cut of Welcome to Hell. You might have been there.
There?
Yeah. At my house, maybe.
In Boston?
Possibly.
It's possible.
Huh.
Because we lived on Mass Ave and we had like a 3-story house. And I remember we watched the video in our living room.
Oh, maybe.
And Jamie was just like,
Yeah, but wouldn't that make you uncomfortable if you're watching your own?
He probably wasn't there.
Oh, you wasn't
like-
there. Oh, I thought you said he was there.
But it could have been that tour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was Josh Stewart on that trip too?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had like a master copy we brought on that tour.
Yeah, that's the copy I saw.
Okay.
It was for the video, or was it just like a tour? For
I think it was Welcome to Hell, but
Wow.
Because I remember it had
we had
Muska's
to take
part on it,
Chad
too.
out, you know.
Yeah.
But I remember
yeah.
Muska's part was in it.
Yeah. So that was like the bootleg version, like
Yeah.
the version with Chad in it,
Yeah.
right?
Is there an edit out there with Chad's part in it?
I think so. I mean, I'm sure
You can find it online. I think
nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. So you go on this I'm sorry, not month long. You go on this U.S. tour, right? Were you just blown away by just going out there and skating in the wild, man? You know, first tour.
It was fun. It was really cool because I always say this story, but all the attention were on Ed Templeton and, you know, Donnie Barley
Right.
and Jamie Thomas, the stars, you know. So I was able to be comfortable to learn how to do a demo sort of in the background.
Yes.
But I could warm up enough and they would be ripping and getting cheers.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, cool, my legs feel good, and I'd get warmed up enough to shred,
Right.
and then I'd start getting some cheers,
Yeah.
you know, and people are like, who even is this dude, you know? And so it like slowly brought me into it.
Sick.
And I think that I'm really stoked that that's how the way I got into skateboarding professionally was through that tour.
Did you still want to be in a band at the time?
Oh, I'm always jealous of bands, man. They have a team. They have like a list of food requests. And
Yeah. Right.
They have like a masseuse and stuff.
You should have told us if you wanted green M&Ms here today. We could have got you something. We could have got you whatever you
I'm
wanted.
so not jealous of a band.
So you're on Toy Machine. Welcome to Hell comes out, right? You got everything's good. What happens after that? Any other tours happen or anything?
That video must have like changed everything.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
That was a big one for you. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a huge video.
Yeah, especially with Chris in it.
Yeah, you know.
I
I tied the whole video together,
Yeah.
pretty much. You know.
Wouldn't have been the same, you know. It's
I
the
know.
glue that held the video together.
Exactly. Everybody that ever watched that, like, who the fuck is this dude?
Or what happened to this dude?
Oh, shit.
Damn.
So yeah, it must have changed a little bit for you, right? After that video, did you start getting recognized more, and you know, or did you not notice?
I guess it was different. Well, yeah, I did get recognized. I mean, obviously, it was a way different time period without the internet. But, you know, if you're in like Los Angeles or a place where people are really aware of skateboarding, people would be like, "Hey," you know. So that was new,
Right.
You know,
Right.
a lot of things changed really quickly after that video. Jamie said he was going to make Zero as like a t-shirt company, you know, type of thing.
Okay.
And then he put Adrian Lopez on. He was on our first tour. I think he went on the Welcome to Hell tour.
Oh, wow.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to make some skateboards." And then he left and turned it into American Zero or Zero, you know. And then Toy Machine kind of changed a little bit.
Did he ever
And
ask
then-
you to come ride for
No,
Zero?
no, he never asked
Okay.
me to ride for Zero. But then people like Bam came on, Chris Sen.
Right.
We had Mike Frazier for a little bit.
I always thought
You
it was
know.
so sick.
Yeah.
He had Fraser on the team.
Yeah, I was super psyched on that because I loved Mike Frazier's vert skating or skateboarding.
Yeah.
But, and then it started changing slowly. We, Chad went to Shorty's, and that whole thing started, and Jamie did Zero. So, and then I think Donnie ended up leaving for Element. So, after like I would say, I'm guessing, but like a year and a half after Welcome to Hell, like it started to turn into a different company.
And how did you feel about that?
I was cool with it
Yeah?
because I liked Sen and Bam, and Alyssa was still there, and
Got you.
Maldonado.
Oh, yeah?
And I think Sava might have left eventually, but we had a good crew,
Yeah.
and then we had foundation people, and so we would go on dual tours.
Right. Oh,
You-
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So it was like Eric Ellington.
So
and-
sick.
You know what I mean?
It was like Toy Machine and Zero and Foundation guys.
Yeah. So we would do these combo tours of 3 different teams, like
Wow.
out in Canada, like.
It's amazing.
So it after the first video, it just grew in a good way,
Right,
and
right.
everybody had a good time together. So
And then when did it really change? When you were like, did you quit? Yeah.
yeah, you know what it was? I think Bam had a disagreement with Todd Swank about
CKY video.
CK1. Yeah, and so he was like, I don't feel comfortable with this deal that I was supposed to have for my VHS tape craziness Bam thing.
So what they were supposed to distribute it or something? Is that
Yeah,
what
Well,
it
maybe-
was?
they did Land Speed at the time too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is cool. I just reconnected with Rob Erickson.
He's like an artist now, right?
Yeah. He's doing really cool stuff in New York. I would never want to be somebody to be a quitter or abandon a project or something. But what happened was Bam was really upset about his deal with Swank for the CK1 video, whatever it was called.
Right.
And so he's like, I'm quitting. And then Maldonado, being his best bud,
Right.
was like, I'm quitting too. And then Alyssa left, and then Baker was starting, and
Okay.
all this stuff. And like, so it was just myself, Staba, and like Austin Stevens and Ed. And that
Okay.
was it.
Wow.
So I was at a point where I thought I was already on 4-star, and I just thought, I don't want to, like, Toy Machine is Ed Templeton's company, you know what I mean? I don't want to help him rebuild it. I want to be in a group of people where I can kind of blend in, and not like I didn't want to work as hard,
Just be yourself.
but I just wanted to like rip
Yeah.
and not have to carry the team,
Right.
you know?
And that's kind of maybe what he was expecting with that.
Well, I was like the
you were
main.
the only
I was
dude-
like the main dude.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
and so again, not to be like a quitter or whatever, but I was like, I'm just gonna ask Rick about Girl, you
Right.
know, and I had called Rick, and I was in Portland, Oregon. We were doing Savier shoes at the time.
Oh yeah.
And I was there by myself in a hotel, and I called Rick and I said, hey, I want to talk to you about Girl. You know, I know a long time ago you and Mike kind of joked about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my gosh. And Rick was really great. He's like, I don't want to bum Ed out, you know. Are you sure this is something you want to do? And I said, yeah, I want to be a part, I want to be with McCrank. I want to be with Costin. I want to be
Yeah.
with Jerron and all you
Right.
guys. Like, this seems like the right thing to do.
Right.
And Rick said, okay, let me call everybody else in the team, and I just don't want to bum Ed out. I said, don't worry, I'll talk to Ed, you know.
Yeah.
And which I did in a really respectable way.
Sick.
He
He understood.
He was really upset.
Right.
But, I talked to him. It wasn't like nowadays a lot of people quit and leave and change things via email. I spoke to him on the
Through text.
telephone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, listen. And what happened was I was getting on an airplane from Portland and flying to New York on a red eye. So when I landed in the East Coast, Ed was like, I already swallowed the pill. I already talked to Jamie Thomas and Jeff Rowley about you leaving. And I was like crying and bummed. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man, but I feel like this is a smart thing for me to do. Like, I'm already on 4-star. I'm already in that building. I love these guys. I've toured with them already.
It felt right.
Yeah. So he's like, no, it's cool, man. You should do what feels right. And so, you know, I love Ed for that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
a rational, solid person.
Might have been different if you sent him an email. You know,
Which that didn't exist then.
no BlackBerry. You couldn't get a BlackBerry email. No, Yahoo, AOL. You could have instant messaged it. You know, did you have any AOL? So everybody was cool, and you got on Girl.
Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
And it was a fun journey. Went on the first tour across country with Sam.
Yeah.
And all the boys, and we had our 2 vans. And
What tour was that?
it wasn't Badass Meets Dumbass. It was just, I think it might have just been a girl tour.
Girl
It might
tour,
not
okay.
even. It might not have been
I'm
Girl
just trying to
Chocolate.
remember if I was there.
Yeah.
Because Badass
I think it was.
Dumbass.
I think it was just Girl.
Just Girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Badass Dumbass was obviously both of
Both
us.
teams. Yeah. And Stabba was there too. Stabba came on that trip.
Yeah, him
Yeah.
and Reese jumped on.
Yeah.
it.
Reese Forbes, right.
That- Ruby Days?
Reese was sponsored by Jaguar for a minute.
How insane is that?
And they had a Jaguar with a blow-up doll in the back seat.
I remember.
I was like, you guys are kind of killing it right
Yeah, no, seriously. But that was my first time, like meeting you and meeting Stabba, and you know what I mean. Like it was fucking rad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They made a little video out of that. Was it the
Badass Dumbass.
Yeah.
Mesa edited it. Yeah, I always liked that video. Mesa, I always liked his editing.
Was the Harsh Euro Barge that came out after that one?
I think that was before.
I think it was before it. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask something too.
Go ahead.
Before, I mean, we were on Toy Machine. Like, was your first shoe sponsor Axion? Was that your first shoe deal?
No, I was sponsored by Duff's for a while.
Duff's.
And I got on Duff's through Brad and who else was?
That wasn't when Dustin was like through World, was it? When it was just like still under control of Rocco?
I don't think it was. I'm not sure. It might not have been.
Yeah.
And like maybe Carl Watson was on.
It's like when it was like based in Vista.
Tony Cox, like a couple.
Oh shit!
I think. Yeah, but my feet were bleeding, and I was. They hurt so bad. They hurt my big toes so bad.
Well, you got a big feet, right? You got a size?
Yeah.
13.9.
13.9.
13.9. Not even I mean, what is this 0.9 thing? What is this? What is?
It's part of the 9 Club.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Your feet were bleeding. Seriously, they were hurting.
Literally.
Wow.
One day I was like, I'm not riding these things anymore. And I was lucky to get enough boards every month from Toy Machine, so I'd go to FTC and give them like 3 boards, and I would get Guy Mariano's Axion shoe.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to Tampa Pro and was skating pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get like top 10 but probably top 20 or something. I was doing good at that point, 22, something.
Yeah.
Just ripping contests, and Kareem just high-fived me. He's like, yo, I gotta get your address, baby.
Sick.
I want to send you some shoes.
And you were like, okay.
I was like, hell yeah.
Kareem Campbell.
So, and then, yeah, I started rolling with Axion. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've told this story before. When I won Moonster, he high-fived me with a bag of weed, and he's like, I'm going to give you a shoe, baby.
No way.
That's so tight.
I love his style. Like, I got to send you a box, baby. I got to give you a shoe, baby. That's amazing.
I actually had a pair of his.
You had a pair
shoes.
of his shoes?
Yeah,
Oh,
oh yeah,
okay.
I bought those
Wow.
things. Those things were sick.
Well, so how long were you on Axion for?
I was on Axion for a while, and this is something I love to do, and I'm not trying to compliment myself, but after a while, when I found out about Savier, I wanted to just leave Axion because it felt like a good opportunity. So I flew to Los Angeles to quit at Axion.
Oh, you did?
In person. Again,
Oh.
not emailing.
Right. And emails did exist at this time.
Yeah, they did, yeah. So I bought a plane ticket and I flew to Los Angeles, and I went to World, and Kareem wasn't there. So
Okay.
I forget who I spoke to exactly, but I was like, I'm going to leave and try this experiment with this company that has access to Nike technology and da-da-da-da. So I was with Axion for probably, I'm going to guess, like 3 years.
3 years,
Went on a couple
right.
of good tours, you know, with Neil Mims and you know, a lot of good guys. So I was so proud in the beginning. Oh my gosh, the team ended up getting huge, but to just have like my name with like Gino Iannucci
right.
and Guy Mariano and Kareem Campbell.
Right.
I'm like, who is this like
It's a sick
white?
roster right there.
Who is this freaking like white dude from the East Coast that's on a team with all these gangster ass motherfuckers? You know, I was proud,
That's
man.
amazing.
I was so proud. I was like, what? I made it.
Right.
I must have really made it if I'm on this team.
Dude, for real. No,
Yeah.
that was a sick team.
It was
man.
flattering.
Yeah.
I was so flattered.
So Kareem wasn't there. You didn't. Did you ever talk to Kareem about it?
I did,
Oh,
yeah.
you did? Okay.
Eventually, yeah. And we're cool, and I've
Yeah.
seen him at trade shows and stuff, and I always see him. He gives me a big high five and a hug. I mean,
Sick.
Kareem and I have always been cool.
Right.
And that's what I try to do, you know, with everybody, with Rick and Meg and Mike when I left Girl, you
Right.
know. I went to their house and was like, I'm going to start my own company, you
It's
know.
the respectable thing. It's the only thing to do, I think. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many, a phone call, a text, like we said, an email. I mean, how impersonal is that, you know, after working with people for so long, you know?
Just send the peace emoji.
Yeah, peace.
Jeez.
Well, yeah, you guys took me around the world. We had great tours. We slept, like, you know, on the floor together. I
Right.
mean, like, I'm not going to just send you
Bounce.
an email and say goodbye. Like,
Right.
it's not
Yeah.
how I roll.
Right. Well, we'll get into the girl and your own company thing. But, I mean, so the Savier thing, how long you went
Who
to
approached
that?
you for Savier?
Yeah,
Like,
that's,
how did that happen?
You know how
was-
Savier happened was there was a guy that was working at Adidas. It's hard to fill in all the names, but who had approached Brad Staba because Brad was getting free Adidas and was kind of homies with Lance Mountain and Matt Beach and that
Okay.
whole like old school Adidas crew.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we're going to start our own new shoe company.
Oh, wow.
And so this guy that worked at Burton, and he designed bags. It was his idea, so he made an agreement with Phil Knight
Wow.
and got the rights to use Nike technology.
How crazy is that?
You know, very.
How
It's a pretty wild.
Not only that, I mean, how does Phil Knight? I mean, how do you get that meeting?
I don't know.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Do you think it was like Nike just being like, yeah, let's test the water here in skateboarding?
I think Nike failed, you know, and with that
in the earlier with the Chode and all
the
that.
Chode,
yeah.
yeah.
With Bam and all them.
Yeah. So maybe they were like, oh, we're open to doing something different in what people might say in quote like action sports or
Right.
some
Yeah.
stupid term. And so they, you know, made an agreement and like Brad was being spoken to by this man from Adidas saying you should transfer and try this new company. And Brad said, well, I want to bring my friend Brian on.
Sick.
And so we had these meetings, and I was like, screw it. I'm going to say yes. You
Wow.
know, it's going to be an opportunity. John Humphreys is going to be involved. It's going to be in Portland.
Yeah.
I dig it there. Our homies shooting the photos. Like,
Yeah.
this is going to be fun.
Right.
Like, we get to do our own thing and build a team. And it was cool. It was pretty cool for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
You know, we got Tim O'Connor and Stefan Janoski. We had Yanni and Jose Rojo. It was,
Forgot
it was
Jose Rojo.
I mean, yeah, the team was stacked.
yeah,
you know?
it was getting really cool, but I mean, I don't want to overly talk about it on camera, but you know what I mean. It just there were complications between people that were running it and stuff,
Okay.
and
It just didn't work.
things that we were really uncomfortable with, and so after a while, Brad and I both at the same time were
Took off.
like, I'm not dealing with this. You
Right.
know, we're out of here.
out. Right. Wow.
So we left, and I had to get a lawyer, and
Oh, so
Oh,
deep,
ugly.
huh?
yeah, because I had two shoes.
Oh.
Yeah,
gotcha.
so they had to
Okay.
we had to make an agreement where I couldn't say anything, that I was going to ride for a new company, and I was like just wearing Lakais and just like going to. I remember I went to a Vans contest in Vegas, and I was just skating Lakais, but I couldn't like say that I
Say-
was going to ride for them or
Okay.
you know. I had to,
You could ride other shoes, but you couldn't.
yeah,
say you
I
were
couldn't
on the-
commit.
Couldn't
yeah.
ride. Okay.
Yeah,
Right. So how long after did you get? Who'd you ride for after that?
Nike.
Was it Nike?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember I went to maybe like a Trans World video premiere, and I was wearing Dunks, and somebody at Nike was like,
Huh.
you like those? And I was,
Wow.
yeah, I like them a lot. And then the conversation slowly started from there.
That's amazing.
And I was already free from my contract.
You were already done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was already out of it.
Yeah.
Like legally. Or
Were you
whatever.
just wearing other shoes? Just any shoes like Dunks?
Yeah, I was wearing
or
Vans.
Lakai,
Yeah,
but-
Lakais
Yeah.
and Vans and just whatever. Yeah.
And at the same time, it's kind of cool to be free like that. You just put on
yeah.
any shoes that
Yeah.
you want to, you know.
But then you got to deal with all the questions.
So you got on Nike.
Mhm.
Yeah. Were you on the first? You got on that? Did you get on after the first video?
There was
Or
like
was
the
it you were in
first
the
five
first-
sort of guys. It was like Reese,
Danny Supa,
Richard
and
Mulder.
Richard,
Yeah.
Chet,
Uh-huh.
Todd Jordan,
Right. Yeah.
Gino.
Right.
That was kind of the first, like
You say
six
Reese,
six
too?
people. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
hmm And that's
The
when
team
they,
that Robbie put together.
yeah, I guess. And they sort of brought the dunk back, and
Right.
you know, it was a little thicker. It's different now, but.
Mm-hmm.
And then they slowly started looking for more people. Then maybe they got P-Rod, or
Yeah,
you know,
okay,
things
right.
started changing and it started growing.
So you weren't in the first video
No, he was in Nothing But the Truth.
with the skits and
That's
all
the
this
first
stuff in
video.
there?
He
I think
started
so,
out with
right?
Gino.
Oh,
I didn't know that was the first video. I thought maybe there's one before that.
Oh, on
Yeah.
tap. Wasn't that the first one?
maybe.
There might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a dunk thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would they go into the record
Okay.
store or something like that?
You're right.
God, that's a long time. It's so funny. Like it feels like yesterday, but it's a long time ago
Yeah.
that all this was happening.
I remember going to the premiere of the Kodak there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you guys had that like crazy RV,
Yeah.
like with the,
oh man.
the
Well,
set.
that was the whole set.
Yeah.
Their set. Yeah.
and they're driving it down Hollywood Boulevard.
that was pretty. That was a little over the top for me.
Right.
What was your intro again like to that video? It was some
I don't know, man. Some guy was drawing some map or something, and I had to pretend to act, and I was
Pretend to act.
Wait, didn't they cut your head off or something like that? Or
I don't know. I don't even
wow.
remember. I was so bored. I was so bummed. I was like, all right. And I remember I kept telling Stefan, because the guys, I guess I'd use the term producers, that worked on it, they had really funny commercials they had made in Europe. Like hilarious, because we have like there are less rules in Europe, like people can be more like, I don't want to say inappropriate, but more risque.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could show a titty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So they showed us like their reel or whatever, you know what I mean, of all their commercials and things they had done, and we're like, these guys are hilarious. They're so freaking funny,
Yeah.
This is gonna be sick. This is gonna be a cool video. And then we go on location to shoot. And like they're asking us to do all this weird stuff, and there's actors there and catering, and we're just like, as skateboarders, we're like, this is kind of whack, And so I remember I kept having to reassure Stefan and Omar. I'm like, you guys, we watched their sample commercials. They're really funny. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna all
You
make
gotta
sense.
trust them.
It's gonna be
Right.
cool. They're gonna, you know how it is. You record for 4 hours and you chop it down to like 15 minutes, and then it's great.
Right.
I'm like, it's cool, and
They've never listened to
and
it.
it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. I mean, no disrespect.
No.
nothing but the truth. But
For sure.
the skating was awesome.
No, I was just about to say, like, if they just put out the skate video,
yeah, we were
Please,
all, we were like, why is all this stuff?
The premiere was wild. It was so
Oh, it was
confused.
brutal.
Yeah.
It was
over the
brutal.
top.
I remember being at a premiere in London, and I was taking a piss in the bathroom. And I remember hearing some other skater like, this fucking film is so boring, man. Like, I was just like, I'm just sitting there pissing like, oh man, and I'm in it.
right? Oh yeah, I want to go back to we had touched on the girl, leaving Girl for to do your own company, 3D, right? What was the main process? Like, why'd you want to do that? Did you want to just do your own thing, or?
Yeah, I felt like
what happened after Pretty Sweet?
Pretty Sweet was great. Yeah. It was pretty sweet. But no, I had this. I just had this feeling being in New York that I didn't want to I felt like I was sitting on my couch and getting a paycheck, and I wanted to do more than that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I didn't feel like I was being lazy, but I just thought, why not challenge myself? You know what I mean? And being that I love to doodle and keep a sketchbook, I thought, like, for years I've been having dozens and dozens of sketchbooks that I've been sitting on with board graphic ideas and apparel and stickers.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not, you know?
Yeah.
So, it was cool because there was no bad blood, so to speak, or anything. I wasn't like, oh, I want to get out of there.
Right.
You know? And that's why I flew out to tell, you know, Megan and Rick and Mike in person.
Right.
You know? Mike's like, are you on heroin? What's up?
What are you gonna?
He's like, what are you gonna tell me? And I'm like, I love you guys, but I just want to challenge myself and do my own thing with my buddy Brad. And so Mike was really funny. He's like, if it was anybody else but Brad, I'd be super pissed. If you told me you were going to like Element or, you know, not to talk smack on other companies, but
it was Brad. It was Brad. So,
yeah. And so, you know, it was cool.
Yeah.
I felt really happy that I went. I mean, I was like about to throw up, you know, when I went to meet at Megan and Rick's house with Mike and tell them I'm leaving, you know, but I'm like, I have a girl tattoo on my chest. Like, it's not going anywhere.
You have a chocolate tattoo.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm like, you guys are the best.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to try to go do this thing.
Okay.
You know, so it was cool. I think they understood.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Megan said, this is the first, it's not you, it's me. Which was funny. Right. So they had a good spirit about it. And I drove and left their house and headed towards the airport, and I felt, I don't want to say relieved because I was upset about leaving there, but it was a feeling of relief because I thought now I can just go on my own endeavor.
Right.
And what happened, 3D started out really cool.
Yeah.
I think.
Did you already have the name picked out when you?
No, I gave my friend Chris Lapomi the name Girl Skateboarding, which he uses, and he makes these T-shirts and stickers and things for and boards. I was going to call it Deer, but then I just thought 3D rhymes. It's just it's a number and a letter. It's easy.
Right.
It's sort of almost symmetrical, you know, logo wise. And so, you know, in the beginning, Alex Olson was totally on board. And I think what happened was Brad used a similar font for Skate Metal when we made the catalog.
Oh.
And so Alex immediately was like, it looks like Skate Metal. And I'm like, no, that's like stoner art. And I want 3D to be a little more artsy. It's like, it's different. And it was really cool. That was a hard time because, and Mike was a little bummed initially. Carol, he's like, you said you weren't going to take anybody. I'm like, I'm not taking Alex. He was going to leave Girl and like ride for no one. You know? And so Mike and I eventually got through that, which was cool because I was like, I'm not lying to you about anything. I'm not stealing Sean Malto.
Right.
And I'm so happy to be friends with Mike to this day.
Yeah.
So, but Alex wasn't pleased with the layout and wanted to leave before the catalog even came out, so that was a bit of trouble. But Austin was great, and he had good input, and it was cool. But at the same time, Fucking Awesome came out.
Yeah.
And then slowly, you know, I guess because of my career, people were buying a lot of 3D boards. There was a lot of 3D boards on the wall of a lot of small skate shops. But then all these other small companies started popping up. Right. And so the real estate on the wall at a skate shop is pretty small. Yeah. You know, so a year into it, it was like people went from having 6 of our boards on the wall to having like 2 or 3. Right. And so it's not like Brad and I wanted to get rich off 3D. I didn't set out to like be like, this is going to explode and we're going to, you know, change the skateboarding and get rich.
You just wanted to do a cool thing.
Yeah. And so, again, that's like I was speaking about another topic earlier. It's like I didn't want to be a quitter, but after a while, I went out to San Francisco. And Brad and I spoke, and I just said I don't want to do it anymore. You know, I think that the skateboard, you know,
The climate.
It's just so saturated,
Right.
and there's so many small companies, and kids want the next best thing. Things go so fast now. So we were like not keeping the lights on almost, you know, with it. So it was like, dude, we're losing money, you know, we're using money out of our pocket. Like,
Right.
This is kind of like, I don't want to be a quitter, but, you know,
It's not making sense.
yeah. I was like, I'd rather just me and you be good friends, and you do skate mental, and I'm just going to ride whatever.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
And so I decided I'm just going to ride Antihero boards because I rode them anyway. Even when I rode for Girl, I rode Antihero.
I
I put Girl stickers all over them. So,
Why was that though? Because you like the shapes better, or did you just wanted to ride Antihero?
I like the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being a big dude, that wood, it's more, I would describe it as like clay-like, and it's fine for like Malto or Mike Mo or people that are a little smaller than me. But the deluxe boards seem to last longer, and I didn't break them as quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a big dude. How tall are you? 6'4"?
I'm like 6'4", yeah.
6'4"?
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, so a board can last me 1 minute or 1 month.
Right.
You never know.
Have you ever tried boards with technology in them?
You know what? When I was in between stuff, I think Luis Cruz sent me some boards from World.
Some impact boards?
Yeah. And they were fun. They were a little heavy, which is cool because it's kind of like being a baseball player and putting a donut on your
For practice.
bat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, when I had a heavy board, I was like, wow, when I go to, like, a thinner one, this thing's like a little
Right.
feather.
Yeah. What size board do you ride?
I ride a 8.6.
8.6.
Wow.
Or like a 9. Yeah.
Wow. Do you ride like a longer wheelbase too?
9. I never remember wheelbase
No.
numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can barely remember like the widths of truck axles.
No, okay.
Either, but
I have a hard- I have a
keep
hard
changing
time.
those things anyways.
Yeah. I have a hard time with that too.
I'm like, whatever fits. At
139,
the shop.
149. What is it? What are these things? I'm like, yeah, if it fits in my board, yeah, cool. So you were riding Antihero boards, right? And then did they say, yo, what's good?
Well, I just said I was going to just ride those boards no matter what, because
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to have a good, situation with Nike for like financially.
Right.
And then one day out of the blue, John Cardiel called me and he said, what's up, Brian? What's going on? Like, are you going to jump down triple sets? Like, are you still wanting to like rip? Like, and not in like a business kind of way, but I think he was just like, where are you at in skating? And I'm
Right.
like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to keep skating a lot,
Yeah.
and so, it's, I'm just going to ride you guys' boards, and he said, all right, well, we have a really big team. There's a lot of stuff going on. And this was like probably last early spring.
Okay.
And he's like, let's just let some time go by, let a few months go by, and like we'll figure out what's going on with everybody on the team. And I was like, cool, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to ride your boards regardless.
You weren't even looking to get on, or were you? Maybe in the back of your mind you wanted to.
I wanted to,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
But I was like, hey, listen, all I want is one board every season.
Okay.
You guys don't even have to pay me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's what I'm going to ride forever
Okay.
anyway.
Right.
And he was like, okay, cool, man. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
And then maybe a few months later, Julian called me. And he's like, let's do this, man. Like,
Sick.
let's just do this. You
Yeah.
know, like, what the heck? Like, and I said, great. In the beginning, it was tricky because I was really busy because I just did my Vice piece. So I was like, I need to get an ad. I want footage and stuff, and we all know that's really hard. You know, you want to do the best of the best for you want to look good out there on the board.
For sure.
So I was stoked because the first ad was just me like on some old girl Antihero tour, like just drinking beer.
Some Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
And then, so luckily I had landed this Madonna in Brooklyn at this pool and sent that to them. So I had like welcome to the team party ad, and then I had an actual skateboard ad.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm excited this fall. I have a Nike ad coming out, and then I'm going to try to make my own like sort of 2-minute Antihero video.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put some fun clips on Instagram because a lot of people think and ask, where's the skateboarding? But
Right.
it's, to me, I think Instagram's great because it's free, but, everybody just throws their best footage on there like so quickly nowadays.
Yeah, it's
And
oversaturated.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to be too old-fashioned, but I think it's valuable and great to save stuff for a video. You know?
Work on a project.
Yeah.
Do something. Yeah. For sure.
I'm not anti-Insta posts of people's skating, but it's cool to actually just throw a few things on there, I guess, and then save your hammers.
The hammer.
for like a real video.
Yeah, I mean everybody's got their own bag. Everybody's got their own way of doing it, right? Was there any time did you ever think like, oh, maybe I can go back to Girl? Or was that done maybe
After 3D?
Yeah.
I actually thought about that. I actually thought about writing for Chocolate.
Let me make the call. Let me make the call right now, huh?
I thought, wouldn't that be funny that I leave Girl, do 3D, and then go to Chocolate?
Yeah. That would have been
pretty
sick.
rad.
Seriously. So it did cross your mind, though, maybe to go back.
Yeah. It
Okay.
did, because we all remained friends.
Yeah.
You know
The
what
sales team would be like, another Anderson to sell?
I know.
Yeah, Kenny. And,
Now we can have all these double boards.
oh, yeah, the double board. I always wanted a double board.
But no, I just felt, I lived in SF for so long, and I was always at Deluxe, and I ride for Spitfire, and it's just like, I'll just, if they let me, I'll go over there.
Okay.
And it just worked out. So.
Yeah, perfect. I think it's a great fit, man.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect. Yeah.
I think, Julian wrote something really great in the end of an edit of a commercial, and he said a team of immigrants. And I don't think is necessarily capitalizing on the fact that I'm gay, but I think to have someone Fanner who's a person of color, and Robbie, Latino, and Trujillo's sort of Latino, and then Grasso's a big fat white boy from fucking wherever.
Whittier.
But no, I mean it's true. It's cool. It's a really cool team. It's like a variety of people, and and we have a good time, man. Rainey. I love all these guys.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right.
Don.
Don't forget Frank.
Oh, Frank. That's my buddy.
Well, I was waiting for another Beauty and the Beast tour because now you're going to be in the other van.
There's a talk of that.
Yeah, I like it. But now you're going to be in another van, though.
I was already in the Antihero.
You were already okay.
Yeah. I was on Girl, and I was in the Antihero van
right.
on Beauty and the Beast.
That's amazing. So nothing. Yeah. So it's going to be the same.
Actually, now I'll get in the Girl van. And,
that would be funny, right?
Yeah.
But I hope they do.
Be like, sorry, guys.
Yeah. What's going on?
I'm going back to Smythe.
You're just confusing everybody, bro. But
Just get a big old bus.
Yeah, I know, right? Get a tour bus.
Yeah.
But that's funny, dude. I hope they do another Beauty and the Beast. Those are great fucking tours, man. Great videos and stuff.
Yeah, we've been like joking around about it, so maybe it'll happen.
Yeah, that'd be rad. So good things are going on, man. I love it, dude. The little video part you're working on. Maybe a couple little Instagram clips for us. A little throwaway. Not throwaway, but you know what I mean. Like,
dude, just some flat ground tricks are good, man.
I know.
Flip, burial flips, big spin flips.
Practice footy.
Yeah, see? There you go. People just want to see you skate. You know what I mean?
That's what everybody says about all of us, all our favorite skaters.
I know. It's true, though. I mean, I know I do. Brian Wenning, when I see clips of him just rolling around his park, I'm like, oh, it fucking looks so good. You know what I mean? Like, I get so hyped off of our friends, watching everybody skate. It's fucking great. So yeah, give us some clips, dude. You know.
I'll work on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you just mentioned that you started working on the Viceland piece when you were getting on Antihero. That's pretty much. You finished the Viceland piece after you got on. No. Oh no. You got on Antihero after the Viceland
They
piece
announced him
came
on
out.
Antihero after it
Right.
came out, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We knew it was going to go down,
Okay.
but they just didn't mention it until they finished my first board graphics.
Okay.
And I went on a trip in New Jersey and skated with like Andy Roy and Frank and a bunch of the guys. And, that was like not a test trip, but, they were just like, sick. You're going to be on the future. We're just keeping it on the hush hush.
Right.
And I was still finishing the Vice piece, I guess. Yeah. So that piece came out, and then my board came out, I guess, after. Yeah.
I don't know if it was planned like that. Maybe it was, but it was great. No, wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No?
Really. It just ended up being serendipity.
Kind of worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Vice piece. What was the story behind that? Because Retta said that he just like approached you and said, "Yo, let's do this."
Tampa,
like,
yeah.
what do you get? Like,
Actually, I was going through a breakup, and I was in Florida at Tampa, and I was with Retta, and I was like, you know what? Screw this shit. I want to like be in Out magazine or something. Like, I just want to go for it.
yeah. Before you had never thought about coming out and.
No, not really. Not
Was it
really.
scary or what? Like, what was a thought? Like,
Yeah, it was scary, but
Yeah?
it was at a point, I think, worldwide where it was like, this is important.
okay,
And then, I'm not trying to be some martyr or what, it was just like, I want to do it for myself,
Right.
And so I just kind of brought it up to Retta, like, hey man, people, like, I could probably like get out, like that'd be funny, right? Like fuck it, like we can swear on this show, right?
Of course,
Yeah. And he's like, let's just do a documentary, and I'm like, okay, great, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we had no money, and he used frequent flyer miles for Roger to fly out a couple
Right.
times.
Yeah.
Roger was a saint and the best editor in the world, and we just started.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we did a few interviews. One was in the Lower East Side. There was fire trucks driving by. It was so loud. I was
Okay.
like
Yeah, I
talking
remember
about.
when Retta first showed me the footage he had, I was like,
You
this,
can't. Do
this is incredible, but
unusable, right? Is that what maybe?
there was some stuff that
Sounds very important.
it needed a lot more attention.
So you just decided to go for it, right? Let me ask you a question. Here's what I think, and I don't know if this may not be true at all, but sometimes I think it's like it seemed like the timing was like perfect. You know what I mean? Because like I look at it now and like all these fucking great things are happening and this and that.
There's
It's
a
like,
lot of fucked up shit going on in the world at the time.
If you had come out like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, it would have been different than. I feel like the timing was like perfect.
Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that feels not guilty, but like wishing I would have done something years before.
Oh, yeah.
But when I see stories of other people that had the strength to tell their story before I did, I'm thankful that those people had done that.
Right.
So I just knew that I had to wait for a while
Okay.
to do it.
Right.
Because I would have felt uncomfortable and I wouldn't have been able to be fun about it and tell my real true story, to make the people laugh, like,
Right.
and have like Carol in the documentary say like, all you skaters out there, you're not his type. So don't,
So don't even trip.
don't even trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
that's like a lot of those topics people didn't know about. And now, what's going on in society and television, there are all these LGBTQ characters, which that wouldn't have happened in the 80s and 90s. Like, that just wasn't on television. I mean,
Right.
people can even say swear words or show like boobs
Right.
and ass, And now people and younger kids are exposed not only from the internet but from television programs.
Yeah.
They're exposed to all different kinds of sexuality, lifestyles,
Yeah.
and who people really are. And so it's cool. It did happen at the right time.
Yeah. That's
because,
what I think
you know,
it
I
did.
think society is finally opening their eyes in a way, and it matched with that time.
Yeah.
You know, so we were lucky in that way. And then it, you know, it elevated it. Mm-hmm. You know, I tell people all the time, like when they ask, like, have things changed? You know, after Roger edited it and we released it,
Yeah.
I walk around in New York City and I have like straight dudes jumping out of bars,
Yeah.
running up to me, going, "Dude, thank you," and I'm
Really?
like, and I like they're clearly just some straight jock like that
Right.
subscribes to Vice
Yeah.
and has watched the piece because
Yeah.
it's now on television, and so yeah, it was really good timing. You know, a lot of people are changing their minds, and a lot of people realize that they have a queer niece or nephew, and
Yeah.
and or a son or daughter,
Right.
You know what I mean? That is trans, or and they're not. I don't want to say forced, but they're learning
Yeah.
to like embrace that,
Right.
you know. And I think people weren't prepared for that, you know, 10 years ago, say. And now more people are seeing these stories in media around them, and it's making them realize, like, oh, it's okay. Like, if my daughter feels like she's a boy, then let's work on this and
Right.
figure it out and make he happy, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a really great time
Right.
for it to
Yeah.
have happened.
And but it's also freeing too, right? Because I mean, I look at like you now and your Instagram and stuff, and you can be yourself, right? Were you closed off before, and like it seemed like you were just more kept to yourself or something, you know?
I was around certain people that were way more closed off than I was. You know, I was already around Beeble in the tour van with
yeah.
him being like, "Dude, would you fuck that fucking security guard over there? That's your shit, right? Like, that guy's hot, right, dude? Like, Brian, would you hit that? You know?" And so I was already having so much fun
Yeah.
with my homies. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Like, dude, would you hit that? Fuck yeah, Brian, that's your shit. Like,
totally
you know?
Beeble, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was super comfortable, but yeah, you know, there's people around me that you know, not everybody's ready to tell their story,
Right.
You know, and
Right.
and you have to respect that, and but it's been a cool journey, and
Yeah.
it's been cool, like meeting my husband Andrew, and you know, just us having really great open discussions and just being free, and yeah, it's been a life changer for sure.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not overly like PDA, you know what I mean?
Okay,
So
right.
it's just like, I'm like, I don't want to see a straight or gay or lesbian any couple like on the train, like,
Making out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but unless you're on a party bus, like,
Oh, there you go. Right.
like,
Yeah. Train, party bus. Yeah, two different. Yeah.
Get a room. Get a fucking room.
No, but I think I'm the same way. Like, nobody wants to see that, you know?
When you first came out, like, what to your, I guess would it be like your immediate friends, and then it was two different. It seems like, because I had heard a long time ago that you came out, but then you came out publicly to everyone, like, way later. Was it tougher at first to do it with your friends, or do you think it was a? I don't know. That's a weird question because I've never really asked anyone that question before.
No, it's fine. It was really tough in the beginning. Well, it was family first.
Yeah.
And I told one of my sisters, because, you know, I have 11 sisters and 2 brothers. so-
11 sisters.
Wow.
2 brothers.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told one of my sisters that I knew was extremely open-minded and well-read, and I knew she'd be okay with it. And she was more or less, you know, the thing I talk about in the Vice piece is she was like, I just want you to be happy.
Right.
And then after a while, I was like, well, I guess I got to tell my mom, because my dad had already passed away.
Oh, wow.
And it was really stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like telling somebody that you have a sickness. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but it was, it was like telling somebody you're bankrupt or you have a gambling problem or like a fucking, like it was, it was really uncomfortable. But I just was like, this is who I am, and I'm not a perverted child molester, so there's nothing wrong with this. You know what I mean?
Right,
and like I had to like sift through the levels of telling myself that it's okay.
Right.
And that was a hard thing to do on my own, with no help. I had a couple people around me that gave me some good inspiration and gave me confidence and stuff. But family first was the hardest, and then friends. And some of my friends were like, why didn't you tell me we were homies and we skated this manual pad every day, and like, like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared. And I'm like, but you don't understand. It was so scary,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And, a lot of that goes back to the fact that, I mean, there's a lot of people like myself who are, born masculine and with not effeminate qualities. You don't think you're gay, I think. You're like, but wait, I don't have a lisp, and I don't want to go dancing and put makeup on. Like, I must not be gay,
Yeah.
But then, you realize it's just part of human nature. Like, there are some people that like the same people.
Right. Oh, did you, after the Viceland piece, right, your Instagram must have blown up, right? Were you getting a lot of DMs of people like, dang, you've helped me come out and this and that? And, you must have got a lot of that, right?
Yeah. I went from 30,000 followers to like 93 or something now. And now I have to watch what I write, because I can just want to write something funny, and now there's people in the queer community that like really judge and stuff. But there were some really great messages of people saying like, oh, my son read your story and felt comfortable to tell the whole family that he's gay, and my niece, she's lesbian and all this stuff. So yeah, and I can't keep up anymore. I'm about to probably hire somebody to do my Instagram, because again, I do like it, but it's
a lot of work.
Yeah, and sometimes it feels really like insincere, and I'd rather work on art and
Right.
music and skateboarding.
Yeah.
But I probably have like 30 DMs at least. I have 6,000 emails.
Jeez.
My phone is like, I just want to throw it in the river all the time.
Right. But at the same time, it must be a great feeling, though.
No, it's
being
really
able to
great.
like help
No.
people and tell your story and have them absorb it and want
It
to.
is. It's really great.
What was scarier for you, telling your family or telling Reto with a camera in his hand?
I'm going to say telling my family was more scary, because that was the first thing that happened.
Oh yeah.
The camera was scary, but actually physically telling my family was like, I never thought I would ever say anything ever.
Right.
But the camera, I was like, okay, I'm used to this.
You've already told a bunch of friends. and-
Yeah. But I was like, here
But
we
you never
go.
documented it.
I'm like, this is what I signed up for.
Wow.
Here we go.
But it must have felt comfortable with Roger and Retta though.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
This
great.
is just Reto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, effort. Right.
Yeah, there was a boom guy, and the children were playing upstairs above my apartment, and I was saying the most important things in my life.
And it's like
And
just
we had to
kids
re-record it.
stopping.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But as a skater too, interviews and everything, you were comfortable in front of the camera. So
Yeah,
that did-
exactly.
right.
So I was kind of like, here I go. But yeah, good question, Roger. It was more scary to talk to my family at first, just to because I'd never said it.
Yeah.
Broken the ice. You know what I mean?
And they were accepting, right? How did that
Oh yeah,
go?
they
Was it
were.
good?
Yeah, they were totally cool.
Did you go to each 11 sisters and 2 brothers separately, or did you get them all together in a group? And
I told them on the phone.
okay.
On Christmas Day, I was at a hotel with a guy I was seeing, and I said, I'm going to come over to the house with this guy. And my sisters were all freaked out that they, again, just like Carol, they thought I was going to say I was like doing drugs or I had cancer. And I'm like, I'm seeing this guy. And they're like, well, get the hell over here and come over for Christmas.
Right.
And so I told like 2 of them on the phone call.
Yeah.
And then just went to the house and it was totally fine.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't feel uncomfortable or anything?
No, not really.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm not a shy person in general. Like, I love public speaking. And I've been to a lot of nude beaches and shit. So.
I love it, man. I love the whole Viceland thing. I mean, like, congratulations on everything, on the awards. And, I mean, when they won the Webby, it's fucking amazing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that video, did it, like, freak you out that it just went crazy? It literally was a piece that went viral almost, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's like you said, like people were coming out of the bars when you were walking down the street.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I watched it probably, I'm not exaggerating. Poor Andrew. We were on Fire Island in this hotel room where there's the worst reception. I think I sat in the toilet and watched it 300 times at least. Because I was trying to watch Roger's editing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Did you want to find something wrong? Or
I was just like, it's
perfect.
I'm not like trying to give, I'm not trying to stroke Roger's ego.
Right.
But no, the transfer, like when Brandon says more pussy for me, it goes straight to Lindsay's female voice. And, again, it's not because I'm sitting here next to Raj, but like he edited it so well.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this thing is going to be freaking pretty darn beautiful.
It was an honor to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like when Reddit approached me,
I
was
know
like,
how much
fuck
time you spent on it, and I was just like, because I love to really check things and I get into attention to detail and. So yeah, to watch it, I watched it definitely like 300 times. Like,
wow.
With headphones on, like.
So you knew kind of it was going to be a big.
I was like,
deal.
this is good. This is
that
really
was like an
good.
important part for Reddit and I was to make sure that because like this is Brian's story, we wanted to make sure he was okay with everything.
Right? Did you show it to anybody else before it came out? Just to
I don't
get,
think
get
I
a
did.
nice
I think I might have showed it to like 2 or 3 friends.
You didn't show it to Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, he was snoring while I was watching it. Poor thing.
Well, how'd you 2 meet, by the way?
We met at a bar right as I was breaking up with my ex in New York City.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And then we just chilled out and exchanged numbers and went on a date. And then we, after what happened with the election, we had already planned on getting married just because we were in love. But we were like December 28th after Christmas. I was like, let's get married. Like, let's go to City Hall and let's do this and get it on paper.
Right.
Because we don't know what's going to happen in this crazy world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't know what this dude's going to do, this maniac. Is, So, and also visitation rights, when you're in a queer, gay, lesbian, whatever relationship, you know what I mean? Like if he got hurt or I got hurt, you don't have hospital visitation rights.
Oh.
Like, yeah. So you could be together for 10 years and then your partner gets hurt and
you can't even see him.
You can't go visit him in the hospital and shit.
Yeah, so you like get this on paper.
Yeah. Right. Like I was like, let's lock this down. Just because like if something happened to either one of us, You know, I want to be there
It's important.
next to the bed in a hospital. You never know.
Yeah,
you
no.
never know.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a little more different for hetero couples. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but
How has your life changed since the video came out?
how's my life changed? I've had so many magazine shoots. I've gotten involved with an organization called Athlete Ally, which is a straight pro wrestler who was sick of hearing homophobic talk in the locker room, so he quit and started his foundation. He's a really great guy. And then I got involved with Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation and also the Trevor Project, which is a suicide hotline for LGBTQ people.
Oh, wow.
So it's hard to keep up with it all because I want to do my art. I want to see my family and all this stuff, but I'm trying to contribute my time to these foundations.
You're doing like a lot of speaking and all that?
Yeah, I've done some Q&As and stuff like that, and I'm really comfortable with them, and as I said earlier, and I like them. So I don't know. We're taking a break in October, and just gonna kind of reevaluate everything and reorganize and get things set up for the next year.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna keep going, and I'm starting to write a book.
Oh, sick.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just got this ghostwriter who I met and had lunch with, and he was really great. So I'm very excited to start writing this book.
Got a lot
Is it going to be like an
going on.
autobiography or?
Yeah. It's going to be like a memoir, kind of autobiography type of thing. I don't want it to be too gritty, so there'll be book number 2 that's going to be the dirt.
But you're a busy dude. I mean, wow. You got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
It's
And,
seriously.
Yeah, I'm just happy to like take on everything I can.
Right.
You know?
Right. Do you ever feel overwhelmed? Like, dude, I can't.
Constantly.
I need to. And that's why maybe you're taking a break, right? You need to.
You know, in New York City, when living in Queens, I have to get ready every day, like for shoots, and make sure I bring all the correct clothing and apparel and
Right.
things to style. And not that it's like fancy, crazy Vogue stuff or whatever, but you know, there's shoots, and then there's skateboarding. So it's like I have to have 2 different outfits. Like I have tight fitted pants, and like for this,
Right,
and then
right.
like I have to go skating and like
Yeah.
be on a Supreme shoot, and then like be on a Nike SB shoot.
Right.
And, like I have to bring like 4 boards because I break boards all the time. Like, excuse me.
Jeez, yeah.
So you know, I'm on the subway with like
bags.
Duffel bag.
hella stuff.
Yeah.
you know?
They're like, where are you going camping? This is, like.
You know, it's all worth it.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
It's cool. It's just, you know, I've been telling Andrew recently, when I was a kid, I rode a mountain bike in the woods with my friends like twice a week. And I went walking like 5 miles, and I don't do that anymore. And so I'm thinking this next month, I want to get back to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I just want to walk, see the beach.
Yeah.
You
Where
know
would
what
you
I
go
mean?
do that in New York? Are there certain?
I would go to Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Sick.
Where I grew up, yeah.
Wow. How far is it Connecticut from New York? Is
It's
that,
only 2.5 hours
Oh, it's nothing.
from where I live now in
Yeah.
Queens to where I grew up with my parents and my family.
Okay. You lived in SF for a long time, though,
Yeah.
right? How was the move from SF to New York? Was that a easy transition, or was it
God.
no, not good? What's wrong?
No, that was a good sigh.
Oh, good.
It was a
Okay.
lifesaver.
Oh, really? Why do you say that?
Because I love San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's the town that made me fall in love with baseball
Mm-hmm.
and become a Giants fan. But I felt like it was Groundhog Day. It was every day was California. Wear a zip-up hoodie at 6 p.m.
Right.
I missed winter. I missed springtime. I missed the fall. And I think there's something really valuable about that.
Yeah.
When you go through the seasons throughout the year, you know, you actually, as a person, you live through winter and it's cold and you're just thinking in your head, like, oh, we all made it when it's springtime.
Right.
And when it's summer, you're like, God damn it, I'm going to the beach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I'm going to put a flannel on and enjoy fall because winter's coming soon, you know, so.
We don't get that out here.
No.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
one constant.
I'm not a Los Angeles hater, you know,
Yeah.
like I love hanging out here.
Right.
I love being in LA.
Yeah.
I seriously, I love LA so much. I'm not just saying this because I'm sitting right here, but I do love it. But after SF for 12 years, it was really cool to go back home.
Okay.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
And be back in like the routine that I grew up with.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And you're
So-
closer to home too, which is
Yeah,
great.
and
you
my
know?
mom's 87, you know what
Wow.
I mean? So
yeah.
I want to hang out with her as much as possible and get
Yeah.
stories from her, and not just in a way just for my reasons of making the book, but like I want to talk to her, and she's opening up more.
Oh,
and,
good. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited about that.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
It's always nice to get like family history and
Oh yeah,
stuff, you know.
she's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I go to my parents' house for dinner and my dad's telling a story or, you know, and I'm just like, this is awesome. You know, I may have heard the story before, you know, maybe not the first time I heard the story, but it's still amazing.
It's always
you know?
cool to see your parents, like the enjoyment they have telling the story.
Oh yeah, no,
You know, that's,
totally,
like, the coolest.
totally. Well, I want to let you go, dude. But what's next for BA? What can we expect? I mean, you talked about the Nike part you want to do, little 2-minute part. Did you say
Antihero.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the 2-minute Antihero part, or not 2 minutes. Don't put a time limit on it.
Yeah.
You know, the part
2
you want
minutes
to
is
do.
good.
2 minutes is good, but you know,
A bunch of footage for
a
Antihero.
bunch of footage. Yes, right.
Which will probably be on the Thrasher website
There you go.
/deluxe. Uh-huh.
Yeah. What else though? Anything else we could look forward to? Maybe.
I think I'm going to spend 2 years writing this book.
Yeah.
And then besides that, I'm going to start working on new paintings and staying in tune with my board graphics that
Yeah.
are requested every like couple months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I want to work on I want to keep doing apparel with Nike.
Yeah. Right.
It's been really fun, and I don't know. Maybe
You've been doing like whole collections there, huh?
yeah, I did 2 capsules, 2 seasons in a row.
Do you go there and work on it with them, or do you send them drawings and stuff that you'd like to see? Or?
I sent them drawings for the 2017 spring capsule that I did, and then for 2018, I'm not going to leak who the collabos with.
Just whisper it into the mic. Nobody.
It's natural concepts.
There you go. Yeah.
Just joking. No, but I just want to fall through on that.
Yeah.
And then I'm actually going to inquire about maybe having like a little office space at one of the Nike offices in New
Okay.
York City, so I
dope.
can just go into like
A
have
little
like a
creative
desk.
space.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And all those guys that work there are great. Jack Saback and you know,
Oh, he's got the New York office?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, and you know, everybody there is so cool, and so I just want to I want to work on the book and skateboard, and that's about it, man.
Yeah.
Like I really just want to be on my skateboard, because the last year and a half after the Vice story and the New Yorker piece, I committed to a lot of magazines and stuff, which was like so interesting and fun and different. But you know, I always want to skateboard.
Yeah.
For
How did it feel
for a
to
living.
get those calls?
Oh, it was wild, man.
Were you like,
I
are
mean,
you serious? New Yorkers calling me right now? Like,
yeah, when I got the Sunday page in New Yorker, oh my gosh. I thought, you know, this is the newspaper that my dad did the crossword puzzle every Sunday,
Wow.
you know. And now I'm in the arts and leisure section, whatever it was,
Yeah.
in the back. That was so monumental, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep plugging away, man. And I also, you know, I mean, I want to keep doing side projects, even though I'm with Nike apparel
Yeah.
from head to toe, and I love that. and they keep me involved. Like I might want to make my own clothing company someday.
Oh wow, sick.
Yeah. And just keeping like busy in the city and just taking advantage of New York instead of just sitting around and partying. Like I'm just going full force the next 25 years.
I love it.
In New York.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Right.
Yeah.
What's after 25 years? What are you going to do?
After 25 years? Well, I'm going to try to live in our house in New Jersey and not walk upstairs.
Okay. no more stairs.
Oh,
It's a ranch. It's a ranch house.
Are you no longer living in the apartment in Queens?
We're in Queens, but we have the house in New Jersey, where we don't have to go upstairs.
Right. Well, heck, what's your beef with stairs? You don't like stairs?
No, I'm gonna be when I'm 65. I'm not gonna want to walk upstairs.
You know what's funny though? It's true.
And Andrew, big old awesome dude. I can't carry him up the stairs.
But it's funny though because I could relate. When I was I always wanted an upstairs. I never grew up with an upstairs. I always wanted an upstairs. I finally moved into a place. It was like a little studio with an upstairs, and the bed was upstairs. After like
the one over here on
Rosewood
Roosevelt,
or whatever. Yeah. After a month, I was like, fuck these stairs. I never want to walk upstairs ever again. Because you got to go upstairs to bed. You go up to bed. Oh, I forgot my water. You got to go back downstairs, get the water, go back upstairs. Like, oh, I got to take a piss. Go downstairs, go back. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Fuck the stairs.
Keep it on ground level.
Ground level, for sure.
Give me some stairs.
Raj is a stair guy. Okay.
I'll take them.
There you go. How many floors, Raj?
3.
Three stories?
I'll take 3, yeah.
Whoa, what?
Okay, that's your problem. Jesus. We could take some calls if you want.
Take some calls?
Sure.
Yeah. Joseph from San Marcos, California. What's up, dude? How you doing tonight?
Wait, hold on. Am I talking to Chris Roberts right now?
Yeah, you're talking to C-Rob, Crob.
Oh, shit, dude.
You got a direct line to him.
Yep.
Check it out. We're sitting here with Brian. We're sitting here with Brian Anderson. Do you have a question or a comment for him?
Yeah, when I was like in 6th grade, I actually used to wear that guy's shoe, and nowadays all the shoes are slimmed down, but I was just wondering if, do you actually prefer the big shoes sometimes when skating certain ways? Or I'm kind of out of breath, man. Sorry, yo.
It's cool. It's funny because I wear Stefan Janoski's shoe a lot because it's really simple. But being a big guy, I do prefer to have a larger sort of basketball type shoe. So maybe we'll recreate one soon in the future, and we'll get a big shoe out there for you again.
There you go. There you go. Which BA shoe did you have?
Yeah, I need to start rocking the fat ass audios again. But
hey. All right. There you go. Well, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate that.
All right, thanks, man.
All right.
Later,
have
dude.
a good night.
Hey, bud.
Pino from El Centro. Okay, What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling, dude. Love the nightclub. I got busted ACL.
Oh,
so
man.
I just live off this,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Well, hey,
happens.
check it out. We're sitting here with Brian Anderson. Do you have a question or a comment for him?
What happened to Brad Sava? Old homie that used to skate with him. It seemed like they were good friends, and then I would see him in his skate parts. What happened to him?
Brad is focusing on Skate Mental, and we actually are really close again because I did my skateboard company 3D through his distribution, and then I ended that, and it's been so cool because we've been hanging out again a lot, and it's so rad to not be a business partner with your friend. We're just like homies again, so we don't have to do business stuff anymore. So it's so sick to just be back to square one.
Sick. That's what's up. Hey, shout out really quick to Imperial Valley and El Centro.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
That's where Diego's from.
Oh, Diego Naranja?
Yeah, Diego's a homie. Diego's a homie. I grew up with Diego.
Nice.
Sick, dude. Hey, well, thanks so much for calling, man. We appreciate it.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
Later, guys.
You too.
Peace.
Chad from
Kentucky.
Lebanon, Kentucky. Well, guess what? We have Brian Anderson here. Do you have a question for him?
I just kind of wanted to know about his artistic, does he sit down with coffee Like, what's the artistic process? Do you, like,
Oh.
I don't know, do you drink a bunch of coffee, you smoke a bunch of cigarettes? Like, what do? You just sit down and paint, or what?
My artistic process. I like to have red wine, lots of supplies, and I've been learning new techniques and teaching myself different things about making stencils and using a little bit of spray paint. And one of my favorite things that I love to talk about now is that I got rid of my projector. So I do every outline by hand. So it's been so fun and challenging.
Nice.
And it takes forever, but it's so rewarding. And so all the paintings I've been working on recently have all been done by hand, and it's just so rewarding and fun. So and it's also very relaxing. Check this out. I listen to my whole freaking phone on shuffle, and normally songs that I would fast forward, I just listen through them.
Or you just let it play.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll listen to Stairway to Heaven live.
Right. Yeah.
Normally, I'd be like, peace.
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, that's a little bit of my process. It's going well.
Do you? So you just freestyle everything? I mean, do you have something? Do you have a picture in your head?
I
that
have
you wanna
pictures
put-
in my iPhone, honestly,
Oh, okay.
but that's not technically cheating because I'm just using my eyeballs to copy an image.
Right. Okay.
that I find.
But then you're putting them all together in one
Yeah.
thing. Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're glad you called, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah. Cheers, Chad.
Have a good night. You want to take one more?
Let's
One
do
more
one
call.
more,
Let's do
yeah.
one more. It's kind of fun, right? Talking to these people, you know?
I'm
Yeah.
digging it.
Hey, thank you for calling the 9 Club. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Landon from Fountain Valley.
Hey, we're sitting here with Brian Anderson. Do you have a question for him?
Holy crap. What's up, Brian?
What's going down?
Dang, that deep voice, dude. Is it really you? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's me. I'm here, man.
Dude. Wow, man. Nice talking to you. This is crazy. So, yeah. I have a
How's
question.
Fountain Valley?
It's nice. Yeah, I'm from Huntington Beach, but I just moved here.
Do you have a question for BA?
If skateboarding never existed, like, is there one thing you guys see yourself doing else in life? Like, or, like, is there something you guys do now that that you guys think you'd be good at or something?
I think I would be a hunter-gatherer. I would probably hope to live 400 years ago, and I would cook for my village. I would make dye for them. I would make shoes. If I wasn't a skateboarder, yeah, I would live in a community and help all the inhabitants live. Yeah, basically.
Make dye? What do you mean?
With berries and shit.
Oh, dye with
Yeah.
berries. Oh, okay. What are you dyeing?
I'm really old soul. So
Yeah. What are you dyeing though? Like the garb you're wearing and
Yeah,
stuff?
I guess so.
Okay.
Have you heard of the cochineal?
no, I've not.
It's like a red dye from cactus.
He's writing it down.
I'm writing it down. What is
right
it called?
now.
Like a cochineal?
It's called the cochineal. It's been around for like millennia. I think it's the first dye ever used in history. It's
How do you
red
spell
dye.
it?
Cochineal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I used to work at a museum, and they had an exhibit.
That's
about,
so
like, the
rad,
history
man.
of it.
Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. He's
That's
taking notes right now, Landon. How about that?
Shit.
The next Nike capsule.
Oh man.
That's what I do.
This is caught me off guard. I'm like studying for my exam right now.
Oh,
I'm doing
good
something
luck.
else.
Yeah.
How's that going? Are you tired?
Like 5 hours average for the past 2 weeks, probably.
Well, that's not so bad.
Well, good luck with that, Landon. And yeah, there you go. BA would be a hunter-gatherer, and he'd make dye for his tribe and cook meals for them, you know? Yeah.
Dude,
Make shoes too, yeah.
hell yeah.
And then
Thank
shoes.
you,
Don't
guys.
forget the shoes are important.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Cheers, man.
Look at that, huh?
Repeat
Is that fun?
colors.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, huh? We got one more call. Do you want to take the last one real quick?
Yeah.
Hello. Thank you for calling the 9 Club. This is your host, Chris Roberts. How are you tonight?
Oh my gosh.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Hey, no worries, bro. What's your name, dude? Where are you calling from?
Steven calling from Baldwin Park.
Hey, Steven.
I work over at Active West Covina.
Oh, Steven from Baldwin Park. You work at the Active in West Covina, huh?
Yes, I do.
We're sitting here with Brian Anderson. Do you have a question for him?
What up, Brian? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I really actually wanted to ask about like a little more of the story on how the front blunt at Hubba Hideout went down.
Oh, well, I went to a schoolyard in Sacramento and I skated this ledge that was like probably 2 feet tall, and I front blunted it every day. And then
You were working up towards it.
I just had it down, and I went to San Francisco with Bryce Kanites and Mike Rafter, and I just thought to myself, I can front blunt Hubba Hideout. I know I can do it. And we went there, and it happened. And so it was my first photo with a really awesome person like Bryce Kanites, and it was cool that Mike Rafter filmed it. And it was super rewarding because I landed it on those bricks. I love that spot. And you get to wheel slide after, and yeah,
the wall.
That's the story. I kind of was just front side blunt sliding the shit out of this ledge in Sacto, and I was like, let's take this party to fucking Hubba.
There you go. Yeah.
I love when those things happen. Just like you try to do a trick, get it comfortable for a while, and then go to a random spot or something that you think is super cool, and it ends up working out.
Yeah,
Those are always the best.
It was great. It was a great time. It's a great memory.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Hope you guys have fun for the rest of your night, and Nightclub killed it.
Thank you, bro.
Bud.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a good
thanks,
night,
dude.
Later.
Peace.
There you go. Didn't you front blunt that other? Was it the wasn't that other Hubba with the UCI? or
UCI,
something?
yeah.
The UCI Hubba.
I
Oh, he
tailed
backed-
so that.
Oh, you backtailed it. Right.
Backsmith.
Backsmithed it.
Oh,
Gee,
dude.
was that scary as shit, or was that not? I mean,
Yeah, it was really scary. I mean, I backsmithed it, and then I think the backtail was a separate day.
oh,
And I know Heath Kirchart was spying on us.
really? Was he with
No
Jeremy
way.
Klein? Maybe.
Yeah. One day I didn't land the backtail, and I went back because I don't like to go back. I like to do things in like 10 tries.
Okay.
Not like an elitist diva. I just
You like to get it done, you know? Like,
I don't like to try something 400 times, you know.
Right.
Especially if
right.
it's something that big too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, let's fucking get this done
Right.
now.
Yeah.
And so I think I might have tweaked my ankle or something on the back tail. And then it might have been the day that Andrew Reynolds kickflip nose slid it.
Okay.
And Heath was watching in the bushes, and he texted somebody, maybe because it was the beginning of texting.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, Toy Machine 0, Birdhouse 1. And I love Heath. Like,
That's amazing.
yeah, that's my homie.
Wow.
I love Heath, dude. But yeah, he was spying on us when I was trying that.
So you
And-
did? Oh, go ahead.
But no, I ended up like I think I just tried the backtail only 2 days,
Okay.
and
The backsmith, would that come easier?
I think the backsmith I did first. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird if you notice I primo out, and my board floats sideways.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I still land it, and I'm like, how the hell did I do that?
Did you notice that? You didn't want to try to redo it at all?
No, I
Yeah.
was like, I landed it.
Right. That's it. I'm done.
I'm like, let's go. Let's go
Yeah.
to McDonald's. You know?
Get an ice cream. That's amazing, dude. God, all these stories, man. I feel like we could sit here and talk for fucking hours.
Of course
dude,
we could.
You know, but we gotta. I won't let you go.
Okay.
You know, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Brian Anderson. Look at that, huh?
So tight.
Man,
My buddies.
you're the man. Give me that hand.
Give me that. Give me that hand.
No, but thank you so much for stopping. And dude, hey, good luck with everything. You
Yeah,
know what
thanks,
I mean?
man.
And
Yeah.
take it easy. Don't work too hard. You know, just take it easy.
That's why I'm gonna paint.
Glass of wine.
Walk in the woods.
Walk in the woods. You know, let's get it. Yeah.
I got this.
Okay. Good.
I got this. Don't worry.
Hell yeah.
And I'm still gonna skate my ass off.
Brian Anderson, huh? Dude, thanks again, Brian.
Thanks, you guys.